Hey guys, it's Doug here, coming to you with yet another video helping transform you from pawn to player in this game we call life. In today's one, guys, I want to discuss one of the greatest hoaxes that's ever been propagated throughout the history here on Earth. And that, of course, is the idea that carbon is this deadly thing that's going to destroy us all. And I want to say they're trying to propose it's 12 years. But either way, it's just kind of silly. Carbon, guys, is the life molecule. It's your friend. It's how you're living and breathing right now. It's how nature thrives and survives. It's how this whole planet functions. It's the building block of everything that makes life, that makes the Earth go. And it's pretty ridiculous when you think about how they're teaching that carbon is bad and that global warming is going to... Global warming, guys, is a total hoax. And it's one of those things where when you look into it, you actually see that we're entering solar cycle 25, which is actually a cooling period. So the exact opposite is occurring. We're actually going to be going into a sort of mini ice age. Now, I have confirmed with source, and there are scientists that aren't just complete shills, who have confirmed that the ice age isn't like a deadly ice age, like, not that DreamWorks movie kind of thing where humans die out, but the planet's actually getting colder. So this is the exact opposite of what you'll see if you turn on the news. Now, like many things, guys, when something's pushed on the masses, constantly in the news feed, more often than not, the exact opposite is true. And this is a classic case of that with the whole carbon global warming hoax. Now, guys, you might be thinking, what is the end game of this carbon hate? Why get humanity to hate carbon? Now, there's two reasons. Technically three if you count just the fear. They love stirring people up and getting them in fear. I do hear many cases of, kids being taught in school that, they only have 12 years to live or whatever, and carbon is a dangerous thing and global warming is going to wipe us all out. So the first thing is just the fear. So there actually is three if you count this fear. However, and that's already happening, right? The two I was referring to is the end game, the end result of if this hoax continues to propagate. Now, the first one, guys, is a carbon tax. Now, in most cases, you follow the money and you can figure out exactly what's going on with the powers that shouldn't be, or however you want to parse it, the cabal, many names for them. Same group of people we're talking about, right? There's this carbon tax that they would love to impose on absolutely everything. Now, of course, they tax just about everything else already, so the next logical step is carbon, Sooner or later, it's going to be everything. Well, no, I don't want to manifest that. In fact, we're going to be reversing this now. That's what these next few decades are all about. Awakening the masses and reversing this whole thing. So let's not manifest any negativity here. It's a positive video overall. It's just to get the word out. So beyond the carbon tax, the other end game of this whole hoax is to try to wipe out and destroy humanity. So the exact thing they think is, trying to get people scared of. Since carbon is, the molecule of life, it's how life thrives on this planet, you simply have to get the populace to hate carbon and hate living, essentially, because that's what it is. And the idea that you would eliminate carbon is eliminating life. So, guys, if there are beings outside of this planet, which we have really good, kind of proof of when you see how actively they're trying to ruin the planet, right? There's so many things like Agenda 21, etc., etc. We can get into all that in other videos, I suppose. But the idea is that there are extraterrestrial forces that want to wipe out life on Earth. Now, the easiest way to do it, the sneakiest way to do it, is to get people to hate carbon, the fundamental building block of life on this planet. It's actually an ingenious plan when you think about it. Now, of course, because this is all simulation, we're all just playing roles. What we really set up here, guys, is a group of, if you want to think of it like a movie, it's like a group of villains or an obstacle for we as humans, we as as incarnated light beings, we have this obstacle that we need to overcome. And it is kind of a serious topic, right? Not to be fear-mongery or anything, but it is something that unless we get the word out, things are just going to get worse and worse. I believe now the carbon density is only about 450 parts per million, where back in the day with dinosaurs and stuff, it was estimated that it was 7,000 parts per million in terms of how dense the carbon was in the environment. So they've already done a pretty good job of eliminating, by that math, well over 90% of the carbon that used to be here. Now, of course, nature is still going pretty strong throughout the world, even with that lower parts per million of carbon. But just imagine the beautiful, garden that this planet could be if there was even more carbon, right? So the idea is, essentially, to wrap everything up, is we have come to this earth at this time, and one of the things we have to do, one of the key tenets of the awakening, the ascension, however you want to parse it, is to fight back against this climate change, this carbon hoax, right? It's the idea that we have to educate people, not get scared, not run around with chickens with our heads cut off, but stand composed, get educated, and share what we know with others. So guys, this is kind of a stronger call to action than in most other videos I produce. Really, you want to share this video with others. Share any carbon positive content you can with others. Research and educate yourself so that you're able to talk about this competently, because of course there are the people that are very programmed, very brainwashed by this climate hoax, snafu, and you might get a little blowback, but that's okay. It's what we signed up for, right? We came to this planet at this time, in this incarnation, all right, let's see if they can destroy our carbon. And guys, if you're anything like me, you're not going to let that happen. So guys, share this video with anybody who is interested in, living, which should be everyone, right? But especially with people who are climate change alarmists. Educate your children. I know a lot of you have children. They're probably hearing all this propaganda at school. Most people, I'm sure, have seen some kind of climate change propaganda, whether it be on social media, the news, heard about it from people, whatever it is. So guys, we have to start propagating the correct information in order to combat this hoax. So guys, share the video, like the video, comment down below too. That just helps out the analytics, and we can get a healthy discussion going in the comments down below. But the more people who are exposed to the truth in this matter, it's going to help humanity out. Now, the good news is it's very easy to convince them, that, hey, guys, come on, it's the molecule of life. Life, guys, how could it be bad? It doesn't really make sense. It's like next they're going to try to tell you water is bad. It's air and water is bad. It's the same concept. It's patently ridiculous when you actually think about it. So anyway, guys, that's it for me. I really hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, like the video if you learned something here. Share it with as many people who are scared about global warming as you can. and just educate as many people as you can. It's estimated that everybody has at least 70 people they could influence. Now, this is a really staggering statistic to me because it doesn't seem like it at first, but actually when you think about all the people that you know, even if you just frequent a restaurant, there's people you know. Not that you become the annoying person that brings up carbon every time someone sees you, but just slowly sprinkle in seeds of information and watch as a beautiful garden grows. All right, guys, that's it for me. I really hope you've enjoyed. Until next time, have fun out there. Take it easy. See you guys.